Hey guys, this is Red with a quick tutorial on how to make DVC Saber-toothed work with one of their head blanks. This head is very much still a work in progress, so not everything is perfect yet, but I've had a few people asking me how I managed to do this. These fangs aren't made for their resin blanks. They're made primarily for tuning makers who work with foam, and stuff like that. These are way too long to use with the resin blanks when you first get them. They're about 9 inches long. I've shortened them down to maybe about 6 inches, maybe even less. The first thing you're going to want to do is unhinge your bottom jaw if you've already got it hinged, because these teeth, if you're putting them in there and they're parallel and straight down like they're supposed to be, not going out either way, not coming in either way, or one or the other, they need to be parallel and in a straight line. If you've got them like this jaw is going to be way too thick to fit in there. So, I went about attaching them by making a kind of socket with some epoxy and gluing the teeth in. It'd probably be a good idea to glue the teeth on first and then make a socket around them, but I just did it the way I did because it seemed easiest at the time. It's going to save you a lot of time if you shorten these teeth up top. You don't want to shorten them in the bottom because it's going to make them all kinds of deformed. They won't be symmetrical anymore, and you're going to have to do a crap load of work like I did. It was not fun. When you're sanding these, they are thin plastic with expanding foam inside. And if you leave that foam exposed, they're going to be really weak. If you happen to expose that foam, you can take epoxy and put a thin layer on there and make sure it's nice and smooth with the tooth and stuff like that. I've got a ton of it right here and right in here. It'll keep it nice and hard, and it won't be as weak and easy to snap off or anything like that. Now, the jaw set sits in there. It's one of their jaw sets as well that's made with this blank. I suggest taking the fangs out because the fangs on the top at least, not on the bottom. The fangs out on the top because they're going to stick down and they're going to look really goofy with these fangs, because these are a Saber Cat's fangs. They are not, they don't have like a double thing of fangs like a shark or something like that. Bottom fangs you're going to be able to leave in just fine. Bottom teeth, top teeth, all that good stuff, it's going to be fine. Now, getting this to fit in there, you're going to want to have your jaw set in first to make sure you can place everything properly. You're going to want your tongue into the bottom jaw and all that good stuff. Now, when you go to put your bottom jaw on, you need to look and make sure you know exactly where that jaw is going to sit against those teeth. And you're going to want to take it and grind it down right there. The curve of the jaw set, how it, let me grab this other jaw set I have and show you. This isn't the same jaw set, but it works just as well for an example. This is the bottom jaw. Now, you can see how it has this curve right here. That's the perfect place for the teeth to sit, I swear. You can carve your jaw down and sand it really nice to go with this jaw set, and you're going to want to leave it thick around here. But this is a very good place to make your teeth sit and sand your jaw down. Once you get the jaw sanded down, they should fit. It'll all go together really nice. Hinge your jaw like you would on any other blank and stuff like that. You might have some gaps and stuff like that, and it might sit kind of odd, like the teeth maybe won't line up properly. What you're going to want to do is build the lip around the teeth and make it to where it closes properly and all that good stuff. Because you don't want to have the mouth open like this. It looks kind of goofy, and I'm sure that a Saber Cat would probably be able to close his mouth all the way. You might have gaps here. You could fill it all in with epoxy. That's exactly what I did. These lips aren't finished yet because I take another layer and go over this raw edge of fur and all that good stuff. But it's really pretty easy to see how the jaw sits. This dent right here is where the top of the lip comes down, because this is the natural curve of the head blank. This is not. This is all built up. Once you have everything hinged like it's supposed to be, you're going to want to make sure your jaw closes all the way and all that good stuff. Make sure your fangs sit right. You're going to want to make sure you shorten them, like dull them up just a little bit so they're not as sharp and all that good stuff, and then you're ready to go.